Hello. Today in social science section, we would be doing chapter 4 from geography, agriculture, standard 10. We know that India is an agriculturally important country. Two-thirds of the population is engaged in agricultural activity. Agriculture is the primary activity. It produces most of the foods that we consume. Beside food grains, it also produces raw materials for various industries. Now, agriculture is important for the country because of the reasons which is mentioned. The first reason is two-thirds of the population is engaged in agriculture. It means two-thirds of the population is employed by agriculture. In short, agriculture provides employment to two-thirds population living in a country. Now, agriculture is a primary activity because it produces food that we consume, and agriculture also provides raw materials to the agro-based industries. Agriculture can be of different types. We will start our discussion from a type of farming which is the primitive subsistence farming. The word primitive suggests ancient. So primitive subsistence farming is still practiced in few areas of the country. It is practiced on small patches of land with the help of primitive tools like hoe, dhow, and digging sticks. More and more help of the family labor is taken, means the members of the family are involved in primitive type of farming, a primitive subsistence farming. It is practiced in small areas in the country, and traditional tools, old tools are used in order to do such type of agriculture. This type of farming depends upon the monsoons, natural fertility of the soil, and sustainability of environmental conditions. Primitive subsistence farming is a type of slash and burn agriculture. Primitive type of farming is a type of slash and burn agriculture. In our previous classes, we have done about shifting cultivation and slash and burn agriculture. So primitive subsistence farming is a type of slash and burn agriculture. In slash and burn agriculture, farmers they clear a patch of land and produces crops to sustain their family. When the soil loses the fertility, farmers shift to a fresh patch of land, leaving the used patch of land behind. This type of shifting cultivation helps the land to regain fertility by natural process. The productivity of the land is low because farmer does not use fertilizers or other modern inputs. Slash and burn agriculture or shifting agriculture is known by different names in different parts of the country. Now, shifting cultivation is known as jhuming in northeastern states like Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram and Nagaland. It is known as Pamlau in Manipur, Deepa in the Bastar district of Chhattisgarh, and in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. It is called Bewar or Dahiya in Madhya Pradesh, Podu or Penda in Arunachal Pradesh, Podu or Penda in Andhra Pradesh, Pamadabi or Koman or Bringa in Odisha, Kumari in Western Ghats, Walre or Welter in southeastern Rajasthan, Khil in Himalayan belt, Kuruva in Jharkhand, shifting cultivation is also practiced in different parts of the world. In different parts of the world, it is known by different names. As for example, it is known as milpa in Mexico and Central America. It is conuco in Venezuela. It is roca in Brazil. It is masol in Central Africa. It is called ladang in Indonesia, and it is called ray in Vietnam. So, shifting cultivation is still practiced in some of the parts in India as well as in the world. It is practiced in those areas where large land is available and there is less population. Now we would be discussing about the second type of farming, which is intensive subsistence farming. We have already discussed the primitive subsistence farming. Now we are going to discuss about the intensive subsistence farming. This type of farming is practiced in areas of high population pressure on land. Means it is practiced in those areas where there is heavy population. This type of farming is labor intensive farming. Labor intensive farming means more and more help of the laborers are taken. More and more help of human beings are taken. In this type of farming, high doses of biochemical inputs are used, and high irrigation is also used so that higher productivity can be done. So when you compare about the primitive subsistence farming and intensive subsistence farming, you will come to the conclusion that primitive subsistence farming are in those areas where there is a large land available and there is less population. Whereas intensive subsistence farming, the availability of land is less and there is large population pressure on land. The availability of land is less due to the right of inheritance. Because of the right of inheritance, the land gets divided from one generation to the other generation. So the smaller lands are less economical, and in order to obtain more output from the small piece of land, farmers they use more and more biochemical inputs like insecticides, pesticides, all those, and it also take help of irrigation facilities so that more crops can be grown from the same piece of land. The third type of farming that we are going to discuss is commercial farming. As the name suggests, commercial farming is a type of farming which is done in order to earn an income. Previous two types of farming was subsistence farming. Subsistence means it was mainly done in order to feed the family, and if there is surplus that is remaining, that can be sold in the market. In commercial farming, the main objective is to earn money. So The main feature of this type of farming is the use of higher doses of modern inputs. The use of higher doses of modern inputs. These modern inputs includes HYV seeds, that is high yielding varieties of seeds, chemical fertilizers, insecticides and pesticides, so that higher productivity can be obtained. The degree of commercialization of agriculture varies from one region to another region. It means the degree of commercialization of agriculture, it is different from one region to other region. Let us take an example to prove this point. The degree of commercialization varies from one region to another region. Let us take an example of rice. Rice is a commercial crop in Haryana and Punjab. It means in the states of Haryana and Punjab, farmers they are growing rice to sell in the market. The main purpose is to sell it in the market and obtain larger profit. So in the states of Punjab and Haryana, rice is a commercial crop, whereas the same rice is a subsistence crop in West Bengal, Tamil Nadu and Odisha. When the farmers of Punjab and Haryana grows rice, the main purpose is to sell it in the market so that they can earn money. So rice is a commercial crop for Punjab and Haryana, and the same rice, the same crop is subsistence crop in West Bengal, Tamil Nadu and Odisha. So we can say that degree of commercialization varies from one region to the other region, one area to the other area. The next type of farming is plantation. Plantation is also a type of commercial farming. In this type of farming, a single crop is grown over a large area. A single crop is grown over a large area. This is called plantation. The features of plantations are, we have large area and it is mainly capital intensive inputs are required. More and more help of the migrant laborers are taken, and the crops that are grown are mainly used as raw materials in most of the industries. Some of the crops which are grown in the plantations are tea, coffee, rubber, sugarcane, banana, etc. Now in plantations, since the production is for the market, we need a well-developed network of transport and communication. A well-developed network for transport and communication is necessary for the development of plantations in our country. Now we would have a discussion about the cropping patterns or the cropping seasons in our country. India has three cropping seasons or three cropping patterns are followed in our country. This is the Rabi season, the Kharif season and the Zyad season. Number 1, the Rabi season. Number 2 is the Kharif season and number 3 is the Zyad season. Rabi crops are sown in winter. Rabi crops, these are sown in winter from October to December. Remember, sown in winter from October to December, and they are harvested in summer from April to June. The feature, a very important feature of Rabi crop. These crops are sown in winter from October to December and they are harvested in summer from April to June. Some of the important crops which are grown in the Rabi season are wheat, barley, peas, gram, oilseed, mustard. All these crops are grown. And these crops are grown mainly in the states of Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu Kashmir, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh. Especially wheat is the main crop which is grown as a rabi crop in these areas. Availability of precipitation or rainfall. The availability of precipitation or rainfall during the winter months due to the western temperate cyclones helps in the success of the growing of crops in these areas. The second type of season is the Kharif season. Kharif crops are grown in the onset of the monsoons. Onset means the beginning of the monsoons. The Kharif crops are grown with the onset of the monsoons, means with the beginning of the monsoons in different parts of the country, mainly in the months of May to July, and they are harvested in the months from September to October and November. September to October and November they are harvested. Important crops that are grown as Kharif crops or during the Kharif season are the rice, maize, jowar, bajra, sugarcane, jute, arhar, moong, urad, cotton, groundnut, soybean. All these crops are grown as Kharif crops. And the areas in which these types of crops are grown is Assam, Odisha, West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Maharashtra. Now this is the most important statement which I am going to say now, and this statement must be noted down very properly because it is very important for 1 marks. The statement is, in the states like Assam, West Bengal and Odisha, remember, in the states like Assam, West Bengal and Odisha, 3 crops of paddy are grown in a year. In a year, 3 crops of paddy are grown, means throughout the year paddy is grown in these states. And the name of this is US, AUS, US, Aman, 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 and Boro, BORO. So the states like Assam, West Bengal and Orissa, in these states 3 crops of paddy are grown in a year, and these are US, Aman and Boro. Now in between Rabi and Kharif seasons there is a short season during the summer months. In between Rabi and Kharif seasons there is a short season during the summer months, and this season is known as Zyad season. The season is Zyad season. In Zyad season, the sowing is done in the month of April and June, and the crops which are grown or produced are watermelon, muskmelon, cucumber, vegetables, and fodder crops. Fodder crops are the crops which are grown for the animals to feed. They are used as a feed for the animals. Sugarcane, it takes almost a year to grow. Sugarcane, it is grown throughout the year. So that is why sugarcane can be termed as plantations also. And so we have 3 cropping pattern. One is the Rabi, other is the Kharif and Zyad. And sowing and harvesting seasons we have to keep in mind. And the special thing that we have to keep in mind is, in Rabi season the crops are grown in the months of October to December, and it is during the winter months, and the harvesting is done in the summer months. Whereas in the Kharif season crops are grown in the onset of the monsoons, and the harvesting is done in the months of September and October. Whereas between these 2 seasons there is a short season, and this short season is known as the Zyad season.